Good morning, good morning, good morning, um, my joyriders. Oh my goodness. So, I was getting ready to let my dog out, and then I just was like, you know what? Let me take you for a walk because it's not so hot. And I just felt that that's what I wanted to do mentally. So, taking a little quick walk around the block. She finna act crazy because I see another dog. We can go a different route. But I decided to pick up the phone because I'm always watching YouTube. And lady came up and she's a breast cancer. Okay, look at this. That's the one thing about being on camera. You always want to fix your hair. At least I do. And my hair is being really weird right now, but I'm gonna try to not become obsessed with it. All right, that's it. We're not fixing no more hair. If it fall to the left, it's gonna fall to the left. Anyways, she was talking about she's a breast cancer survivor. To God be the glory. And gosh, I don't know her name. Can't remember her name. It was the first time I seen her. Anyway, the video I saw was like, I'm quit. I got 2 weeks left in my job, and I don't have another job to go to. And y'all, I have been feeling very, very burned out. Do I like my job? Yeah, I like my job. I love HR, but I don't know what's going on. But I just feel very, very burned out. And to the point where I'm like, the other day I was crying, like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. And I just, when my family asks what's wrong, you know, the only thing I can tell them is, I'm so tired. I am so tired. And, my son, he was like, Mom, do you have any PTO? And I was like, son, it's not. And I started crying more. I was like, that's not going to fix this. You get to a place where this is not because I didn't sleep well last night. I'm exhausted. I want to live my life the way I want to live my life. And I started working at 14. There was this thing called the Mayor's Summer Youth Program. And so I started working on the Mayor's Summer Youth Program when I was 14 years old. And now I am now in my 50s. It's a long time. Okay. And most of that time, I was working more than one job. Except for my time when I was in the military. I didn't work more than one job then. But as a single mom, I worked more than one job. As a married woman, uh, there were times where I worked more than one job. And, you know, that was just my life. I excelled, went to school after I had my last child. Um, so it isn't, this is not about a career change. I'm really tired. And, I know that this is what you would call burnout. Because the thought of getting another job, I, it's like there's this force field that is like, no, I'm not going to get another job. Um, when I leave this job, that'll be it. And that's really where I am. I have no interest, motivation, desire. Insert any adjective that you want to. I can't do it. That's really how I feel. Like I can't do it. And that may sound crazy unless you've been there. Cause it's just like, what do you mean you can't do it? I can't do it. Y'all know I deal with major depressive disorder. It's not an excuse. That's just what it is. Okay, I've had some trauma in my life, and so this is something I deal with, and um, and that's all I have to say about that right now. I have a few classes left before I get my degree in mental no, human services counseling. And then I plan to really launch the Joyful State of Mind coaching business, because there are people that don't have anybody to talk to. They don't. They don't even have someone who cares, you know. And it's weird. Not weird, but like the young kids use the word weird a lot. "Oh, that's weird. That's weird." And when I hear them saying that's weird about certain things, it's like that's not the word I would use to describe that. But they use the word weird a lot. So, anyways, um, I won't say it's weird after that soapbox. I'll say it's ironic, because I was talking to one of my, so first of all, my children are grown. So if you hear me saying one of my children, I'm talking about adults, young adults. I was talking to one of my children last night, and Lulu, please don't. Y'all, I'm walking her, and it's a dog coming, that same dog. I tried to avoid it, but we'll see. This dog seems very calm, and my dog is acting. Hey! Let's not. Good morning. How are you? Pizza, Lupita, please. Oh, you egged her on. Come on. Sorry about that. And I'm not editing that out, because I'm not an editor. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna be one of the people that edit stuff. Anyways, it's ironic because we were talking, and at the end of the night, she said, you know, I know you. She said, thank you for talking with me, Mom. I know that you probably wanted to go to bed, but I appreciate you sitting up and talking to me. And I said, or she might have said, I know you didn't want to hear this. I don't remember exactly what she said, but whatever she said, I said, that's not true. I do want you to talk to me. I always want you to talk to me. I said, that is the heart that I have. There are people who God has given them the grace and the compassion that's actually what they enjoy most. Being there for others, you know, have a servant heart. And people are used in different ways. But I'm not a person that goes, hey, how you doing? And keep walking before I hear the answer. I'm not a person that can see someone upset and just be like, well, they'll be all right. I always want to know, how can I help you? I always want to be a listening ear. I always want to be there for people. And that is why I know I'm called to coaching and to counseling people. And I'm excited about that. You know, you may think, oh, that's daunting to sit there and listen to people's problems all day. But it's not just, first of all, sometimes you just need somebody to listen to you. You would be amazed that's what I was saying. You would be amazed at how many people don't have anybody they feel they can really talk to, because they feel like they don't want to burden people. They don't, you know, or, you know, the family, they're the strong ones in the family. They're the ones that family members always come to, whether it be immediate family or otherwise. And so they feel like they have no one. And I feel like, you know, a lot of tragedies could have been prevented if people just had somebody to talk to. I really believe that. Now, there are people who want to talk and they want advice. People who want to talk and they're not going to really take your advice. There's all kinds of people. You know, there are people who, you know, you got to be careful. They'll drain you because they just come to you when they're at their lowest, but they really have no intention of changing. But as a coach, it doesn't have the same effect on you, you know, because you're there to do a job. But it is truly a labor of love, right? And as a coach, you can talk to them and say, you know, hey, you know, last time we met, we talked about this, and, you know, let's talk about, you know, what progress you've made. Now, you can't make anybody do anything. You're not there to guilt anybody or, you know, bully anybody, but you're kind of an accountability person, right? And so I think that even the ones who maybe have struggled to make change in their life. Ooh, that seat is hot from the sun. I think that even the clients that I get that maybe have struggled to make um, a change in their life will benefit, right? Because if you take the time to find a coach, book the call, talk to them, that's a lot different than just calling your friend up, right? That means you've gotten to a place where you can't figure it out. You don't know what's got you stuck. You need somebody to work with you. Um, and for me, as a Christian coach, prayer will definitely be one of the biggest parts of the equation, right? And so the things that, you know, I think helping someone learn to um, navigate their challenges in life alongside with having someone pray with you and for you, I just that can only equal success because I know what the word says about prayer. So anyways, um just wanted to pop in and talk to you all a little bit about some of the things that are on my mind. But I'm going to go in here and I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to take a drive and get me an iced coffee and then I'm going to start my day. But I'm wishing everyone an amazing day and be kind to your mind. All right, Joy Riders, till next time.